Okay, we're here with Laura and Mike Kabinski. Yay! At the Cleveland Clothing Company. We're standing outside. Can you, before we go inside, tell us a little bit about your business?
Well, we're a local t-shirt company, and our tagline is spreading Cleveland pride, one t-shirt at a time.
That's awesome. How long have you been in business?
We've been in business since 2008.
And what inspired you to do this?
It was actually a kind of a creative outlet from my day job.
Do you still have a day job?
I don't anymore.
What was your day job?
I was a graphic.
This is your day and night job,
yes.
right?
I was a graphic designer, and I did packaging design, but I was relegated to the back label, so directions and boring stuff. Black
You didn't
and white.
get to be creative at all.
Yeah, no creative, so I needed a creative outlet. So why not? Clevelanders had a lot of pride. Why not start a Cleveland Pride t-shirt company?
Absolutely. Now, were you born and raised here?
Yes.
What part of the city?
Actually out in the suburbs.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So, how old are you?
35.
So, when you were young, Cleveland really got a bad rap, right? You know.
Well, when I was young, we were actually kind of okay.
Oh, when you were younger, okay.
I mean, the Browns were in the AFC Championship game.
Who?
The Browns.
Yeah, no, from
Bernie
Pittsburgh,
Kosar.
Steelers, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways, folks, back to Cleveland Clothing Company. So, I mean, through the years, Cleveland has had mixed results in terms of its identity. But it's a really cool, happening place. The street is just, like, amazing. At nighttime, it's just really rocking. So, let's go inside and take a look at what you guys do, and you can talk about... Wait a minute, he said his day job. Let's go to you, Laura. What did he drag you away from to do this?
Well, I have a background in retail management, but
Conveniently.
Yes, conveniently. But I was working for a nonprofit in development and fundraising, and I always would joke around with him like, oh, haha, when you can afford to hire me, I would love a job. Well, about 2 months before we were married, his business partner called me up, and the rest is history. Now it's my day job too.
Well, that's great. Well, let's go inside. Let's show people what you guys have. Go ahead, you go first.
Oh, okay.
All right, wow. Wait a minute.
This is our store.
Let's do a little panoramic view here first. Pretty awesome. Okay, let's talk about the store.
Well, the store opened in 2012, and right here in downtown Cleveland, and that's after LeBron left. So
is there like BCAD? I mean, is that how it goes here with LeBron? Is he like a really big deal?
Yes, there is a LeBron economy, but we opened after all that, and we actually were very successful, as well as all the businesses down here. So we've grown every year since. We now have over 25 employees throughout our online and stores, and it's a growing small business.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, are your other employees, they work out of here? They work out of their home? Is there an office?
I'll let our director of operations take care of that.
Well, we have a warehouse for our online store, and there are about 3 employees that work there. That's also where Mike offices. So the cool thing about Mike and I's relationship, I think, we're like yin and yang. So he's creative and I'm operational. So that's kind of how I've taken the role on at the business. Oh, perfect.
That's great.
Fire alarm testing.
Yeah, we know we're safe. We know we're safe. Okay.
Oh, good. It was just a little bit.
So walk around and show us some of the designs that you've done.
Okay. Well, right up front is our baseball section.
What are your chances that the Pirates and the Indians are in the World Series together? Because they're both pretty hot.
I think, well, for our end, it's pretty slim this year.
I don't know. I think your pitching is pretty good.
It is. Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Wild card. If we get in the wild card, we might be okay.
Okay, so
that would
is
be
pretty
fun.
cool.
Yeah, so we carry not only t-shirts, but any other kind of gifts you can get, glassware, wall art, books and stuff. And the cool thing is, when we got this space, it's a very cool space to have on one of the prime corners in Cleveland. We didn't know if we could fill it ourselves. So we thought, how about inviting other local Cleveland artists and designers and creatives who are doing cool products to be a part of our store. So now we have over 40 local vendors.
Over 40 vendors. Unfortunately, like, we've been turning people away just because we don't have space anymore. But yeah, everything is locally made here in Cleveland by hardworking Clevelanders, and we're really proud of that.
Yeah.
What did this building used to be?
It was a Walgreens or
Woolworths.
a Woolworths.
First,
yeah,
I
like
think.
back in the day.
Yeah.
The last thing that was occupying this space before we came in was the bodies exhibit.
I'm afraid to ask, but what was the body?
You don't know about the body? It's a traveling exhibit. It's
Oh no,
the human body.
We had that in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So that was like in this space and in the Destination Cleveland space next door, which is kind of weird. But historically, it was originally, I think, the Woolworths
It
downtown.
was a YMCA. No, that was the original one.
Okay, well, I don't know.
It's been here. This building's been here
got a lot of
since the
history.
1800s.
Oh wow, it's a
Yeah.
really great space.
Yeah.
Okay, so take us around, show us some more stuff.
Here's our basketball section.
So tell me a little bit about the LeBron economy. How has it impacted you?
Really well,
Yeah, it's
positively.
been crazy. When he announced when he was coming back, I was actually driving to the airport to go somewhere else. When he announced while I was going, I was like, oh no. But we were ready. We had some shirts ready to go for sale online for pre-sale. But like downtown, I guess, was going crazy.
I'll never forget that day. It was insane. People were like running up and down East 4th Street, screaming. People were like honking their horns. I mean, everybody was like immediately in celebration mode. I feel like a lot of offices closed early that day, so everybody could just go to the bar and like, celebrate.
It was a
But-
really exciting moment. I mean, you guys, that week was a great week for Cleveland.
It
because
was.
you got LeBron back and you got the convention
DRC,
here.
yeah.
You know, no matter what your political persuasion is, having a national convention in your city
It's
is a big
huge.
deal.
Yes.
How are you ready? I mean, you definitely need to be ready for that. There's
Yeah.
going to be,
Yes.
what, 50,000? How many people do they expect, guys? How many people do they expect for the convention to hit the city?
Yeah.
Yeah, 50,000.
Yeah, it's
You're
gonna
going
be
to have
nuts.
50,000 people here. They're going to want to come home with Cleveland stuff.
Yeah.
So,
We're
how
gonna
are you
be
going to be
ready.
ready? How are you going to be ready?
We'll be
We'll be
staffing
ready.
up. We'll make sure our inventory is stacked. We'll make sure our staff is ready to go.
Lots
you know.
of pre-sale. Are you hoping for pre-sale online? Are you going to do any kiosks over near the convention center, or are you close enough to where?
I think we're inside the barrier.
Okay.
Inside the security.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till you guys see the barrier. Fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be
So,
interesting.
but I think the recent playoffs for the NBA kind of prepared us for something like that.
Yeah.
For 50,000 people, I mean, there had to be at least 50,000. I mean, 20,000 people going to the arena.
Yeah.
And then
This
there's
street was wall-to-wall people
Yeah.
during and before the games. Like it was kind of nuts. So and our store was wall-to-wall. So I think we're pretty
I think we've had
ready to handle something like that.
Right. All right. Let's keep going.
Okay.
All right. This is where we get into more of general like Cleveland and
this.
fun designs.
Yes, that was a
Yes.
recent design that Mike came up with. Of course, Cleveland's history, Cleveland, the mistake on the lake, but we wrote over it. There's no mistake about it.
Now I know why it gets mistake on the lake. But can you explain to viewers why?
There's a few different reasons, but the main reason was like the downturn in the 70s where people were moving out to the suburbs, companies were closing, moving away. It's just kind of
Fire on the lake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad time. There was also a sports version where we almost went to the Super Bowl but threw an interception and it was coined the mistake on the lake.
Yeah.
But I think the economic downturn was the actual origination.
Yeah.
Now that's really beautiful. What is this?
This is some of our artwork by local artists. That is Old Stone Church.
That's
I believe,
gorgeous.
Right on Public Square.
It's really pretty.
Yeah. Again, we've got a little something for everybody, at least we try. So these are some of our newer designs. We came out with them for the summer.
They're new, but they're old.
They're new, but they're old, yeah.
We're celebrating all the old nickname and monikers of the city. So Cleveland's a plum, forest city. We're obviously on the lake, so we have a couple Lake Erie designs.
Do you have any Ohio City
We do.
t-shirts?
We do, but those are mostly online or when we do a neighborhood shop, we like to partner with the shop in the neighborhood to sell them there. Kind of makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the neighborhood shirts make more sense in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we try to keep downtown just kind of general. We get a lot of tourists here,
Right.
which is really cool, and something I didn't really realize how many languages can be spoken in one day in this store. It's really cool.
That's great. That's absolutely great.
So yeah, we've got our tanks for the summer over here.
Oh, cool.
This is our logo. I don't know if Mike wants to talk about our logo.
Yes, he does. Mike.
Sure. Well, it's a guitar pick and crossbones with CLE, which is the airport code here. The guitar pick represents the home of rock and roll, birthplace of rock and roll, and then our city skyline is in the middle of it. And crossbones are for our toughness and grittiness of a city. We've been through a lot, but yeah.
So, why do you think that Cleveland was picked for the convention? What is it? What's the story about Cleveland that people don't know and don't understand?
I mean, doesn't the election always come down to Ohio anyway?
Right, but it could have been Columbus. It
Right.
could have been Cincinnati. I mean, I think Cleveland, you know, has a story to tell that I don't think the national people get. And as a Clevelander, what do you guys think?
There is like there's an industrial and blue collar. It's different than the other Ohio cities. Columbus is like a new, and you know, it's a lot of people go there. It's like very young and
Right, it's more of a
different.
metropolis.
It's a metropolis.
And,
It's Cleveland is like old, like classic and
Old Rust Belt.
Rust Belt.
Old Rust Belt, yeah, but I also think that there's just this change that we've been seeing really since we started the business. Clevelanders have this innate culture, and we've been able to create a business out of it. I mean, we're so proud to be Clevelanders. Even if people don't live here anymore, if they grew up in the Cleveland area, people ask where they're from, and they're proud to say Cleveland. So I think there's just something about the people here. There's something about the city, and there's also just this upswing in, like, yeah, this is a great place to be, you know?
And
we're not that bad here.
And your shop sort of does that.
We try to celebrate that, yeah. So, and we have like a couple of designs that you know, the Cleveland, there's no mistake about it. We have a shirt that's the Burning River Surf Club, kind of poking fun at the river catching on fire back in 1969. You know, we're able to laugh at ourselves. And I don't know, I think that when they were coming around and visiting, that maybe they got a taste of that. I don't know. We're a little hidden gem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleveland's a great place.
Yeah, absolutely. So when people want to find you on social media, how do they find you?
It's at CLE Clothing CO.
And your website?
It's actually clevelandclothing.com.
Okay.
There's multiple, but
And we're at the corner of Euclid and East 4th
Yes.
Street.
Can you just explain a little bit what East 4th Street is? Because it's like a culture unto its own.
Yeah. I don't know the exact year when it was started, but this used to be an actual street, a one-way street, and then they close it off as a pedestrian street now. All like the hottest restaurants in the city are here.
It's within a 2-minute, 5-minute walk to the stadiums for the Cavs and for the Indians.
Yeah. Iron Chef Michael Simon, who's also on the Chew, has a restaurant on the other corner. The Greenhouse Tavern is James Beard award-winning chef. Kinado is a great place, and then Butcher and the Brewer is a brewery on the street that also serves old-timey meat cuts. There actually used to be a butcher right in one of the spaces there. So
very cool.
And it was
Yeah.
so they cut it old style from like 30s.
You're not going to find any chains on this street. It's all local, proud local Cleveland chefs.
That's
It's
awesome.
ours.
So when you're in Cleveland, folks, please come to the Cleveland Clothing Company. I mean, there is absolutely everything Clevelandy that you could ever want. Even dog leashes. No, my God. That is absolutely awesome. Laura, Mike, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And I'm going to have to buy a t-shirt now. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.